read the lyrics to the next song of Eddie Clive, who is a songwriter, but also a quantum theorist enthusiast, and he reads this book in the last chapter called It's Taboo or whatever, and he gleans all these insights about the nature of reality. And it had a really profound effect on him because of what he does, which is actually create songs. And he started making the connection that there's no reason why his songs wouldn't have some ripple effect into reality itself, right? What's up? What up, Jeff? So you're just in time. I'm about to read the next the lyrics to the next song, Atomic Configuration. I've released these in the past, but I'm redoing them because I have someone mastering my songs. I'm remixing and remastering. These are the final versions, and then I'm off and running for years. Anyway, so this one's about Eddie Clive, who is a quantum theorist, and is making connections about the observation of a quantum experiment and how it actually affects the experiment itself. And after reading this philosophical book, he makes all these connections, and he decides to go after something. But here is the third song in Eddie Clive. So here we go. It's called Atomic Configuration. Okay. So what an amazing philosophy, he thought, backed by a science responsible for lasers and the transistor, because quantum physics is not just a philosophy or a theory. It actually predicts the behavior of the subatomic world, which is really awesome if you think about it. It's based on potentialities and stuff. So if particles are actually waves, we're talking about subatomic particles, right? And they behave according to how they're perceived, what actually prevents them from being anything? And so he's referring to the double slit experiment, in which our very observation of this experiment has an outcome of either particles or waves. And why is observation on that so impactful? And why did these fundamental units of matter become what they actually are or seem to be, right? And what information organizes these units, these subatomic particles, into an atomic configuration that in turn agrees to bond with other atoms to form molecules, which in turn agree to combine into the objects around him. What compelled them to do this? So there's almost like a subatomic agreement. There's an atomic agreement. There's a molecular agreement that holds everything together. And it fascinates Eddie Clive. And he knows it has to do with vibration. So these forms come together to create laser forms, is organized via information. And subatomic fields are essentially waves of information, right? Or concepts, he thought, similar to words flowing over rhythms in harmonies. It's all essentially vibrations. And so this is the atomic configuration. This is where Eddie Clive actually makes the connection after reading this book by, so far it's been an unnamed philosopher, So thanks for listening to this. I'm going to edit all of this. It'll drop Wednesday for an explain video, and then the video itself drops Monday. So I want to thank all my friends for being here.
What
Advancing philosophy thought, backed by a science responsible for lasers